It's honestly becoming extremely embarrassing the way that these women are trying to shame and force men to save them and take care of them and help them out. But ladies, in case you all did not get the memo, men do not care. All of that shaming and trying to blame them for certain things and insulting them, that is just something that is so outdated. Men are like, okay, say what you want. I don't care. As long as I am okay, as long as I am continuing to prosper and grow and evolve and elevate, I couldn't care less about what a baby mama has to say about what I have going on in my life, you know. And I promise you all, I am not trying to single out the baby mamas out there, you know. However, we got to be real about what we are seeing. And oftentimes it is a lot of the multi baby mamas that have the most critique when it comes to, you know, what a man is supposed to do and what a man is supposed to be. Yet those same females had no expectation and no standard whatsoever when it came to their baby daddies. And I get it, you all. It takes two to make a baby. However, women, we hold the keys, so to speak. And a man cannot drive us unless we let them in the vehicle. And a lot of you all, unfortunately, have allowed men with very low credit scores, no insurance, and no good driving record or history whatsoever to enter into your vehicles, crash them, burn them, and then want the next man that does have full coverage, that does have his money together, and that does know how to protect what he has going on for himself, assets included, to come through and say, "Oh, don't worry about that. I'll get your car fixed. Oh, don't worry about all of the mileage that you let this deadbeat drunk put on your car and again crash and burn it. Don't worry about that. I am going to go out of my way as a stand-up guy that has done his due diligence, that has done what he needed to do in his life to avoid certain things from transpiring. I'm going to put all of my livelihood, all of my hard work and sacrifice on the line and at stake for you. Because after all, it wasn't your fault, and it was. Okay, ladies, when it comes to women in general, men are holding us all up to a microscope, trying to see, hey, is this woman going to be an asset to my life? Is this woman of quality and substance? Is she an asset? So if men are doing that in general with all women, does not matter if they have children or not, you gotta know if you are a baby mama to multiple different guys, especially, and they're all deadbeats and all of that, they see you as a huge risk and a liability because more often than not, you may not be the best judgment of character, or you may not be somebody that is fit to help me to run a household. And what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is this: men are looking for women who are going to be able to help them to effectively continue to evolve and grow in life. And it's a clear indication that a woman is not going to be able to help you to continue to elevate and evolve and grow and go to the next level when she cannot even properly determine who is an asset or who is worthy or valuable enough to even start a family with, to even lay down with. Like, you don't even know how to protect your damn self. So how can I therefore trust you to help me to again continue to build upon my foundation, or for you to be the proper example and nurturer and teacher to our children? Men are thinking like that. You know why? Because a lot of men out there, they have things to lose. They have worked hard to build up their careers, their businesses, their monies, you know, their assets, their investments, all of their bodies, all of these different things. Like, men are not playing games when it comes to them leveling up, right? And so they have to make sure that whatever woman that they allow to be a part of their inner circles are checking out. And unfortunately, a lot of women in general are not checking out, and especially not the baby mamas. Even if that quote unquote baby mama or single mother just so happens to be a good woman. You know, it's just a lot of the men out there, especially if he does not have any children, does not see that it is in his best interest to entertain a woman that would come with extra demands and extra responsibilities that he is not yet ready for. Okay. But y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe, because unfortunately, these single mothers out here are coming equipped with some complaints. Because how dare you, as a man that is well off, that could clearly take care of a household and come through and save and rescue me and my children, how dare you have standards and say, no, you stay over there. I'm not going to entertain you. I'm not going to even touch you. How dare you do that? Something must be wrong with you. You must have mommy issues. You must be off. And once again, ladies, the insults are not working. That playbook is outdated. The men do not care. Okay, but let's run this first clip, you all, and get into this dope discussion. And again, get the likes up.
I know this is going to sound real crazy. I know this is going to go over a lot of people's heads, but I feel like men who don't want to date women with children have issues with their own mother. Why? Because I don't understand a man who doesn't want to date women with children when you come from a mother, when you come from a woman. And I'm pretty sure your mom has children, which means you have siblings. So how do you feel about your mother? It doesn't make any sense to me. Some will say, well, that's his choice. He can feel how you want to feel. He doesn't have to date a woman with children because he comes from a woman. This is true, but I feel like you're projecting trauma onto other people because you haven't healed from whatever happened to you or however you might feel about your own family or about your own mom. Men who don't want to date women with children either don't like their mother or they have mom issues. Go get healed. Stop projecting your trauma on other women, other people, and do the right thing. Let me know what you guys think about that. Do you feel like men who don't want to date women with children are right in how they feel, or do you feel like it's their choice? Let's talk about it.
I feel that what you just said made absolutely no sense whatsoever. But I'm going to ask you all right? I'm going to ask you all, put a 2 in the chat if you feel like any man that does not want to deal with a single mother, he has mommy issues and he's, just a foul man. Put a 2 if you agree with that. Put a 1 if it's like, girl, she needs to shut up. Okay? Let me know. I'm going to drop a 1 right now because, girl, you sound dumb. And I'm just sorry about it. This is my opinion. Y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe. You all look at what's happening today. These single mothers that are out here struggling, like I keep on saying, you all, women in general are struggling. So when you accompany that with not having father figures in the home, when you accompany that with not making enough money, when you accompany that with having extra mouths to feed, like the struggle is through the roof. Okay? So I will do whatever I need to do to ridicule you and shame you into saving me. I'm going to make up something that sounds so ridiculous that does not make any sort of logical common sense if that means me trying to get you to bend to my will and polish me up, clean me up along with my kids. I'll say that. And I have to drive this point home and equate what she said to this. And again, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Ladies out there who may agree with this young lady here, I want you all to trade places. No Usher. Because we traded places. And I want you all to imagine it in your mind that the most brokest, dustiest, crustiest, mustiest, no ambition having, mama's boy living in the basement had the audacity to go on social medias and say, you know what? Every woman out there that's a bad chick, I'm talking about she look good, she smell good, she doing good in life. Any woman like that is not trying to let me come in and her bow down and cater to me, she ain't no real woman, and she got daddy issues. And the reason why she got daddy issues is because look at your daddy. A lot of y'all daddies was broke dusties. Y'all had broke dusty daddies. So if you came from a broke dusty daddy, why come you can't let me come in and be broke dusty big daddy? What's wrong with y'all? I want y'all to really have that going on in your mind so you can say, okay, I get it now. That does not really make sense like that. Just because I came from this does not mean that I have to maintain and sustain in this. Bars. And let's also say this, ma'am. Who's to say that these men came from broken homes to where they didn't have their fathers in the home along with their mothers? Like, you're just assuming that every man that refused to deal with a single mother came from a single mother. That's not all the way the case. You know what I'm saying? And even if, here's where we have to be real about this, even if these men did come from that, who's to say that they want to continue on in that type of cycle? You know, let's go further to say this. Maybe those men out there, they can also understand a man not wanting to deal with their single mom. Because after all, yeah, that's a lot of responsibility. Those are big shoes to fill. And so, hey, I know that it's not my fault as a child to be in this type of situation, but my mother, she chose who she chose. So I can't be mad at the next man for not wanting to do that. Or let's take it another step and say this. It could absolutely be an instance of a man growing up in a household with a stepfather, you know, and him seeing what his stepfather had to sacrifice and seeing what his stepfather had to put up with, and him saying, oh no, I'll never do that. I respect him, you know, got a lot of love for my step pops, but I wouldn't want to do what he did. What's wrong with that? Especially if these men don't have children, especially if these men are well-to-do and they did their damnedest to avoid certain pitfalls. Huh. If they were moving strategically and wisely, not to create a broken home, not to create baby mamas, why would he then volunteer himself to be a part of that type of scenario and put all of his hard work in vain? Like, I need y'all to really wake up and understand what is going on. And it was some people in the comments on this video that had some things to say to this woman, okay? This guy says, what the hell does a guy not wanting to help you with your previous responsibilities have anything to do with his mother? Stop having kids with broken men, then expect a superhero to save you. Crying, laughing faces. And that's big facts. Y'all are way too entitled. A man does not have to take care of you, especially if he did not help to contribute to your current circumstances. Like, they just don't. All right? And like I said, men don't care, ladies. Stop all of this shame. It's not working in today's time. It's just not. Okay? Another guy says, I mean, why is a man not allowed to have standards without there being trauma or issues? But do the right thing? And that right there, big bars and big facts. Because when it comes to women, oh no, I ain't settling for this. I refuse to deal with a man who's not making this amount of money, who does not drive this type of car, who is not this height, who does not know how to pay for all of this and not expect anything in return from me. Y'all can have all of these standards, but when a man says, nah, I'm not ready for that type of responsibility, now all of a sudden you're a bad person and you need to do the right thing by coming through and polishing me up and cleaning me up and saving me. Otherwise, you have trauma. Girl, kick rocks. Another person says, or he might just don't want to deal with the situation because it's a better option, like a woman with no kids. And I guess this comment right here really triggered this woman here. She responded and she said, I met my ex-husband, no kids, made 2 children with him, and later divorced him. Try to be open-minded that because she doesn't have children doesn't mean she will be the better choice. Ma'am, you just told on yourself. Y'all like the video. And this is what I'm talking about. When you let a bird chirp too long, you catch on to the song. Okay? She just said, look, I'm a prime example of a woman that cannot be trusted. I met my ex-husband and I didn't have no kids. And I gave him 2 kids and I still left him. I wasn't no good. Clearly, you know, he came through trying to make me an honest woman and I said deuces to him. So yeah, be more open-minded and be careful because you never know what an ain't-ish chick will do to you. Well, ma'am, if you left a man that vowed to take care of you and love you through sickness and health and all this, if you left him, what's to stop you from leaving the next man, not appreciating the next man, not respecting the next man? Like, do you not see what you just did? This is why you are by yourself. You're so lonely and desperate that you fixed your damn camera phone to record yourself saying, oh, y'all need to stop passing me up and save me. I'm a baby mama. because I left my ex-husband, but that's not my fault. You should be a real man enough to say, you know what? I'm not worried about your past. I'm not worried about your history. I don't care that you left your ex-husband. I'm going to be the one to step in and step up. Girl, please kick rocks. And I am so glad that there are other women out there that understand that this type of situation is ridiculous. Let's run the next clip.
So for all the women who out here mad because men don't want to date you because you got kids, get over it. Life's tough. It is what it is. You had them, they're your kids. Oh well. I done had a man tell me he don't want to talk to me because I'm cool, I'm straight, you know, I love you about whatever, but you have kids and I'm not really looking at it. And I said, okay. And to this day, we cool. Like I see him, he see me, we talk, he, and we go on about our business. Because at the end of the day, I'm not gonna get mad because your personal preference is a woman without kids. What can I do about that? Can't get rid of damn kids. Like, so what am I gonna do about that? Move on. It is what it is. Like, get over it. Get over it. It's plenty of men that's out here that's willing to date women with kids. They are, but I will say this, and I've said it before, you have to be one hell of a woman. You can't just be a woman with kids and no goals, no ambition. You know, you're fat. You get what I'm saying? Like, you just can't. The answer's gonna be, they're gonna turn you down every time. You have to be one hell of a woman in order for this man to choose you. Because once again, men choose women. In order for this man to choose you and say, yeah, I'm gonna take a chance on her. I want to be with her. I love her. And I'm gonna go ahead and accept these kids because why not? You get what I'm saying? Like but you have to be one hell of a woman. You can't be around here no little thotty pocket or a little hood rat, or you get what I'm saying? Like, no, you gotta come with it. You gotta come with it. You want that man to choose you, baby. You gotta come with it. Okay? So get over it. It's okay. It ain't the end of the world. I said what I said.
Well, I think it's safe to say, whoopsie. Because man, oh man, she went off on y'all and she did it in a way that was straight to the chase, no beating around the bush, raw, unfiltered, uncut. And I also love that she inserted herself. She said, look, I've been denied. I've been rejected. And let's be honest, you all, this is not a bad looking woman. She got her body together, you know, like she seems to be somebody that's understanding of certain things. Like, yeah, a man would love to choose her, especially over the last chick. Cause like sis said, like, you can't be out here looking like how you looking. Talking about, oh, well, something must be wrong with you if you don't want to be with me, ma'am. But I digress. I don't need y'all dragging that lady in the comments like how y'all did on the other video. Go and check that video out. I will list it after this is done. But, you know, nevertheless, like even she, as a woman that is not bad on the eyes, that seems to have her head on straight, even she is being rejected and curved by men, and she just accepted it. You know, a man is not obligated to save you, rescue you, take care of you. If he has a preference or if he has a certain standard or quality of woman that he's looking for, it just is what it is, you know? And so, yeah, get over it. And I loved also that it was people in the comments on here that backed her up. Okay. This woman says people have to respect others' choices. If a person don't want to be with you because of whatever reason, it's their right. And that is facts. And the people who should understand this the most are women, because we have the most standard. We have the most expectation when it comes to men. Y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe. Get the likes up, because y'all know there's some real talk, you know? Another woman says, I like to date men with no kids. Look, women even have these standards for themselves. Because it's like, oh, yeah, you know, if I don't have no kids, I don't want to get with a man that has children. I'm not ready to be nobody's mama. And guess what? That's her right. But I do want to say something before I wrap this up. Oftentimes, the pattern that I've noticed when it comes to women who are single mothers is they all have this standard of getting with a man who is child-free. That way, they can be selfish and pin all of the responsibility on him to take care of her children. They don't want to have to split up his time with outside children. No. I know my kids are not yours, but I refuse to have you have to divvy up your time to take care of your other children, your biological children, whatever the case may be, over what we got going on at home. So that is something that I have to acknowledge. You know, it's not this instance of single mothers saying, oh, I don't get why men who have kids don't want to get with a woman that has kids. No, that's not what y'all are complaining about. Y'all are specifically complaining about men who don't have any children not choosing up on you. And to me, that's ridiculous, and that is extremely selfish. And another huge elephant in the room, you all, is that we all have seen a man who took on their responsibility of stepping up and stepping in and saying, you know what? I really like this woman. I really love this woman. let me go ahead and be the father figure to her children and see where we can take this thing, you know? And that man did not have any children of his own. And then he gets involved with those children, becomes attached to those children, and then a breakup happens, and he no longer has any access to those children. And that is very heartbreaking for not only him, but the children as well. As a matter of fact, it was a man in the comments that alluded to that very situation. Okay. This guy says, I dated a woman with a son for 5 years. I played the father role, but because of her anger towards me, she doesn't allow me to talk to her son anymore. And that happens, you know, and it's just way too much of a risk with very little to no reward for men to try to step in and be stepdaddies, which is why a lot of the men just choose to be hands off with that. Okay. And we could clearly see even attractive women are being turned down. Like, no, I feel like you're cool, you're a vibe, you're a beautiful woman, but that's just not something that I see fit for my life. And again, that is his right. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts, opinions, and feedback about this in the comment section down below. I look forward to see what I got to say about this. And also, like that lady said, there are men out there who are open to being stepfathers, but you do have to be an exceptional woman. You know, you have to be a woman that is ready and willing to take direction. You have to be a courteous woman. You have to be a loving, nurturing woman. You have to be the type of woman that is ready and willing to play her role. And that role may be that of being a more submissive role. And a lot of y'all have a problem with that. But real quality women, we understand that submission is not the enemy. Go and get my book. Y'all go and check it out. It's on Amazon. Let me know y'all thoughts and feedback about that. But that's all I got for y'all. Let me know y'all thoughts about this, and I'm going to check y'all in the next dope discussion. Much love and peace to my crown head.